Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like these videos, please click like and subscribe, and if you click the bell, you'll be notified of future videos. This is the Watcher house. It was June of 2014 when Derek and Maria Broaddus had purchased this house for $1.3 million. It was a 6-bedroom house, beautiful. They could hardly wait to move in when suddenly a letter appeared in their mailbox. Dear newest neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow you to welcome me to the neighborhood. Derek kept reading the letter. How did you end up here? The writer asked. Did 657 Boulevard call to you with its force within? The letter went on. It has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting until its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s. My father watched it in the 1960s. It's now my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard? Why are you here? I will find out. This was one of many letters that were addressed to them, terrifying them. I am pleased to know your names now and the name of the young blood you have brought to me. This is a gorgeous house, and they never got to move into it because these letters continued. There was several people interviewed. The Langford's neighbor, they were interviewed. There was a Michael that suffered from a mental disorder. I believe it might have been schizophrenia. And he was right next door, so they interviewed him. They interviewed one evening at 11 o'clock at night. The police were there, and a young woman pulled up, and her boyfriend had, a history with the house. So that there was another interview there. And eventually, the word got around the neighborhood, and it became quite the talk of the town of Westfield. So who would want to terrorize anyone who would move into this house? This is where we can ask the tarot cards what is going on with this house. So I'm going to start out, and I'm just going to do a story type of reading. In other words, I'm going to have the cards just talk to me about this watcher person. So from what I understand, the Woods who owned the house before also received some kind of letter, all right? So I want to know what is behind the action of having to watch and terrorize anybody who moves into this house or is attempting to move into the house. And I'm gonna actually use the tarot cards to find out. Tell me a little bit about this, all right? So we'll start out with card number 1. Card number 1. All right. So here's somebody coming down the staircase. And this would be, I think, the 3 of Wands card. So this is a woman. Now, interestingly enough, they pulled DNA off one of the letters and found out it was an older woman. The very first card we pull, she's coming down a staircase. Interesting. She's coming down a staircase, and there she is, the 3 of Wands. So she's very focused on the house. And there's a sense of, oh, this is interesting. There's a sense of loss with the house. I think this is a Knight of Pentacles. I can't be sure. I haven't memorized all the cards in this particular deck yet because they're not clearly labeled. But this definitely is someone taking a stance. Like, don't you, see he's got his arm out there? Don't you do anything to this house. It's almost like they are taking like possession, or they think that they're obsessed with the house, or there's like a possessiveness to the house. What else? house in the background. There's a tarot card in the front. The Ten of Pentacles. Now that's wealthy people. But look at the house in the background. It's a history with the house. The Watcher had a history with the house. Now what view is this from? Would this be from the front? Like across the street? What is this? It's got some weird view. There's like 2 views on this house. Do you notice that, you guys? Now, through these videos, if you guys notice something, I always love it when you tell me, because together we can help pull this together. So here's a weird way to make a tarot card. Here's the traditional Ten of Pentacles card, and behind it is this large house. Look at, you can't make this stuff up, this large house. Look at that big house. And almost like they're looking through the trees. It's almost like we're looking at the house, like we're the watchers. Come back here and look at this house again. Look at that. See all the windows? Look at all the windows. Now come back here and look at the card. Look at the card. Look at all the windows. Oh my God. What's going on here? We've got to keep going now. Okay? So it's somebody that feels possessive toward the house. Something to do with wealth, right? Something to do with money or status or wealth. Almost like they're conspiring. Do you think that it's more than one person? Looks like they're meeting to discuss something. I was just looking to see what she had in her hand. Maybe nothing. Oh, a wine bottle. She's going to pour her a drink. Wow, could there be more than one person in on this? Possibly. I mean, that's 2 women conspiring. Anything's possible, I guess. What are your thoughts? Huh. That's interesting. The King of Swords. So it's somebody who wants control. Like they want control. And yeah, there was threats. It's almost somebody threatening. So this is the King of Swords, like a threat's being made. And there were definitely threats being made to that house. There were definitely in those letters. They were very threatening. They were very threatening letters. We're going to just keep allowing the cards to tell us the story through this. That person felt like something's not fair. Like this is the Justice card. She's holding the scales. So they feel like something's not fair. Now this could also be somebody that's got like a dual personality. Like they're just not right. They're just, it's I don't know what to call this, like 2 different personalities. Like here's this personality and then you turn into this personality. It's like they're not balanced. The person's not balanced. And because there's a nurse here, I feel like this is like a psychiatric ward or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Put your theory out here. Wow, this is the Queen of Pentacles. So there's definitely, I agree, there's definitely a woman behind this. This is full of women. This reading is full of women, and the DNA proved it was a woman. This is the Queen of Pentacles. She really wanted to gain control over what happened with that house. God. I'm going to pull one more card, and then we're going to switch to a different deck. One more card. Oh my gosh. So I wonder if they did a lot of watching at night, or like a stalking at night, because I get bats. I've got bats, and this feels like Knight of Wands. It just feels like the Knight of Wands card to me. I'm going to ask, okay, so now we've got that information, and I think we're thankful for that. But I want to know how, like, where does the person live, or persons? Does one of let's say that if there would be more than one person involved in this, does somebody live in very close proximity to the house? Does somebody live in very close proximity to the house? The lovers. They're sitting in a chair. They're sitting in a chair together. It's a couple with a dog. They're sitting in a chair. Now, that couple's in close proximity. So sometimes with the cards, you have to go by the symbols in case they wouldn't have a card that would have two houses right next to each other. But this is a couple sitting outside in a chair by some flowers, maybe with a dog. All right. We'll just keep, pulling another card here. And this is high up in the sky. This is the Chariot. Oh, this can also be drive-by, somebody that also drives by. So this is interesting because this is a mode of transportation, but they have a high view. So maybe somebody actually even comes to the house and has a higher view. Like there's a higher view there from up in the sky. The high priest. So there again, he's looking down and there's a window behind him. He's looking down. He has a key. Why is he holding a key? Why are you holding a key? What's the key about? You have a key to a house. Why would you have a key to a house? Why is that key important? He got into the house with a key. I feel like he got into the house with a key. Who would get into the house with a key? That's what I like about the tarot. They give you all kinds of hints. There's groups of people. 10 of Pentacles, family. 10 of Pentacles, family. Or wealthy. Could be wealthy. 10 of Pentacles is about wealth. Would it be somebody wealthy, works with groups of people that had a key to the house, or at one point had a key to the house? Somebody wealthy belongs to a group. Maybe this could be a big organization. And they had a key to the house. Well, this is, Now this is the Hierophant, which is the church card. But it can also be a large organization. That's just got me mind-boggled. 7 of Pentacles. This is kind of the card. This is kind of the this is the tarot card telling me to dig deeper, right? Dig deeper, Melanie. There's more clues than just this. Dig deeper. Why is this person working in the dirt? Could it have been like a previous contractor that had a familiarity with the house or something? Because there's a watering can, there's a garden spade. Somebody who maybe somebody who used to live in the house and used to garden the land. I'm just talking out loud. That's all I'm doing is talking out loud. I'm not making any definite conclusions. With the cards, you have to just kind of like profile your way through or make theories, but you don't necessarily attach to them. What kind of personality does the person who's doing this have? This is Dark Mirror Oracle. Don't work with this. It's a very dark oracle. What kind of personality does this person have? I'm grabbing this because it has to be a dark personality, right? It's got to be a dark personality. Bride in a cage. Bride in a cage. Oh, bride in a cage. So the personality, this person is definitely somebody who brought up maybe some kind of abuse, an abusive situation, and she's just hollow inside. She's just hollow inside. She doesn't have any ability. Who is that in the background? Or is that somebody in the background? I don't know. I just caught something back here. I didn't know if that was a figure back here, but she's definitely suffered abuse She's hollow inside. She doesn't have any personality, no ability for compassion. Something, and I feel like something happened, like she's trapped in a marriage, maybe an abusive marriage. I mean, so for profiling her, I feel like she's empty inside. She doesn't have a conscience at all. I'm going to go to my go-to deck here, the Universal Weight, and ask, is this case going to be solved? Now, the house sold. So, is this case going to be solved? So I was going to say, oh, I'm liking this card. Yes. And somebody's on top of it. This is somebody like with leadership or authority. Because I think they hired like FBI and investigators. Somebody actually is going to solve this. This is not going to be a cold case. Oh, was I ever glad to see that card show up, because I was just getting really kind of worried here. Now, I do numerology, and this is the numbers in the house, okay? So when you add 6 plus 5 plus 7, you get an 18, and anything above 9, you add together. So 1 plus 8 is a 9. What happens in a 9 house? Upsets and emotional. That's what happens in a 9 house. So most of the times I have people do remedies who live in 5 houses and 9 houses, because some people get along really well in them, but most people don't. So 9 house is known for upsets, all right? It's known for upset. It can be a very emotional house, which is obviously what's going on here. And so what would I do? Now, I can't do a remedy on this house because it's not my house, but I can send it the number 8, all right? Number 8 is the most powerful number there is. And so here's the house, and I'm going to send it the number 8 energy, all right? I'm going to visualize an 8 going into the space of this house, inside of it. And then I'm going to ask my cards, what will be the outcome for solving this case? Because we want to solve this, because this person caused someone to be terrorized. The woman, Maria, needed counseling, and she had like trauma, and they lost $400,000. I mean, we want this case to be solved. So I want to know what the outcome is of sending the number 8 to this house. What will be the outcome for solving the case of sending an 8? Woo! Good luck. Oh my gosh. Look at this. We've got fired up. 8s are fired up for sure. And look at the clovers. Good luck. Good luck. This is sending good spiritual energy to the house also. So why, if you choose, if you so desire, and you want to join me in sending the energy of 8 to this house, it's no different than sending a prayer to somebody, right? We're just sending energy. We're just sending no different than a prayer than sending the number 8. This is a good card. Woohoo! This could be rapid solving of the case. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be wonderful? All right. So this is, I'll do a video on the house numbers if you guys want to know more about it, because really the address of where you live can really make a difference on your experience in there. Now, I'm not saying that the 9 drew in that stalker, because that's not true. But what the 9 is its energy of upsets and can be very emotional and hard to live in a house with a 9 vibration. People do it all the time and they can do just fine. I'm not saying that. I'm just, when I look at a case like this that's unsolved, I try to look at it from all aspects. So I am sending an 8. I'm sending an 8, the energy of an 8 to this house, to see what happens, because that's the wonderful thing about this, is you can do this and then just go on with your life, and then all of a sudden you might hear that the case got solved, and you'll be like, yes. It's almost like, answered prayers. You feel really good about it. So I want to talk a little bit about, I just want to do a little bit more about this person or persons who committed this, who did this. And I want to know, was this generational, or was that just a lie in the letter? Has that house been watched for more than one generation, as the letter stated? So this is the King of Cups. So this is that. is weird because that could be generation. That's like the father. We know a woman did it. That's like the father. Oh my God. That's creepy in a way. Nine of Wands. So I do feel like this is my pattern card, but I can't say for sure that it's generational based on these two cards, but this is a pattern of stalking. Like this person has a habit. They have a habit of stalking. See that? Oh, it's a woman in this card. Normally it's a man in this card. This is a woman, and she's got a pattern of stalking. And I feel like what the King of Cups is maybe it runs in the family to be stalkers. Maybe the father was a stalker and somehow that trait got passed down to her. That is interesting. What do you get from that? You guys can, oh my gosh. The shadow side. Okay. So this is someone who's exhibiting their shadow side. So they're not healthy. They're not healthy, and they're terrorizing. You know, she's terrorizing people. She's got, this is definitely interesting that this card doesn't have like a normal tarot label. It's got the shadow side. So she's dark. She's very dark. Oh my gosh. I want to ask this. I'm sorry, I have to ask this. Is she going to stalk the new owners? Is she going to stalk the new owners? What's this? She's watching them, but she's more protected. This is the card about protecting yourself and that. So why is the door closed and there's no windows? Oh, that's weird. This is like the door shut. You aren't getting in. Wait a minute. Did the new owners, maybe the new owners bought it in order to catch this person? Wouldn't that be weird? Why would anyone buy a house knowing there's somebody stalking and terrorizing it? Why did the new owner buy the house? Why did the new owner, oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, this is so interesting. It's this card. Why did the new owner, they made a deal. They made a deal. Look at the house in the background. It's like a castle. They made a deal. Okay. So they feel like, yeah, and they did get a good deal on it. So they God, why do they not have a fear of the watcher? Why would the new people buying it not fear the watcher? Oh, there's no fear here. It's bring it on. This is the Knight of Swords. Go ahead and watch me, because I'm going to get you. That's this card. There's no fear. Those people who bought it, zero fear of the watcher. And I think the watcher might be afraid of actually them. It might have actually backfired on the watcher now because the door is shut. The door is shut. Wow. So whoever bought this is powerful. And they could, they could set it up to catch the watcher. So now the watcher feels like they're locked out of the house for some reason. What's going through the watcher's mind with these new owners? What's going through the watcher's mind with these new owners? Oh, this will be, oh my God, I can't hardly wait. Oh my God, this is the card about moving. Moving? Moving? This is the Eight of Wands. It also can mean up in the air. They don't know. Like they don't know because you can't see all the wands. But this can also be the movement card, like moving away. Huh. Do you think the watcher would move away? Are they that intimidated by whoever this is? Wow. I wonder. This is fascinating. Oh, yeah, there's power. We have an Ace of Swords. Oh, and this, yeah. So they've been out powered, and this could be that they're literally flying away because the wands are in the sky. We now have a bird flying away, wands flying away. This is interesting. I wonder if that person has some affiliation with mountains. There's mountains in both of these cards. Like, I'm going to go back to the mountains or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm just spitting that out. I just happen to notice the mountains in there. Yeah, there's definitely, there was a reason that the person who bought the house, and they have zero fear of this watcher situation, like zero fear. So this is going to be very interesting. Wow. I don't know what to say about this. This is a beautiful, look at the staircase. It's beautiful. Wait a minute, staircase. Staircase. Didn't we get a staircase in one of the first few cards we pulled? The woman coming down the staircase? We did. We did. We did. There she is coming down the staircase. Holding a light, shining a light on the staircase. Shining a light on the staircase. Very interesting. There's so many synchronicities when you get into the tarot cards. The symbols are important and the artwork's important. It's just really interesting when you start getting into that. So this is, creepy. This person is very creepy when they're writing letters like this. So I want to thank you for joining my channel, and I can't think of any other cards to pull on this. I feel like this is going to be solved. It's not going to remain a cold case, which is going to be a good thing for everyone involved. So I'd like to thank you for joining my channel, and please like and subscribe subscribe to my channel if you want to have more videos like this. Thank you guys.